daar gaan we.
Alright. Oh baby.
Hey, what up?
All right, and without further ado, we have our excellent glitchless PC run of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by KeesApenvlees and LienkMetSniek. Please take it away.
Hey, my name is Kees. KeesApenvlees in Dutch. And next to me is LienkMetSniek.
Yep, I'm LienkMetSniek. I'm sitting next to him. So we're gonna do a bit of a relay run. So Kees is gonna do the introduction of the run, and then he's gonna take it away. Like I think about Wingardium Leviosa, then we're gonna switch up, and then I'm gonna do like the mid game, and then Kees does the end game again.
I'll take the end game again and finish up.
Yep.
Because you are end game. We also got Jackie with us.
Yeah, she did like one run of glitches at this point, but she might come back. I got my cousin into it, and Kees got his girlfriend into it, so we're trying to get like a healthy competition between them and like move to leaderboards from here. So that's what we're working on now for the most part. So we can just start the run right now. If that's okay.
You guys got a timer?
Yeah, of course. You feel free to count down whenever you're ready for the timer to start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Alright, here we go. We got like an introduction of about 2 minutes and 8 seconds, so it's gonna be a while before like the game actually starts to happen, but it's okay. It's in Norwegian, so get that question right out of the way, then that's it. The Norwegian version is about 1.5 minutes faster than the American version. It's like not that much. I don't know. Not 100%.
It's way faster than the Dutch version.
The Dutch version is really slow. That's why we don't run the Dutch version. I think
it's 30 seconds on this intro alone. I think.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes 37 on the intro. But Jaap, the one that got us into running this game, he used to run the Dutch version, but then he moved on to like the better version of Norwegian. Yeah. So it's still a European version. There's like some difference in the European and the American version. Namely, if you get hit in the European version, you slide a little bit, and that works in your favor some parts, and some parts doesn't work in your favor. But we'll when we move up to that point, we'll talk about it.
It's also kind of tricky with some blocks at Wingardium Leviosa at the end.
Yeah, Wingardium Leviosa can glitch in the European version. I'm not sure if it can glitch in the American version too, but in the American version you don't drop it into wells, but also like something that's coming up way further. Coming up from now, there's like a simple cutscene boost basically. If you hold backwards into most cutscenes in this game, the cutscenes become a bit faster. So in the first one, actually before the introduction ends and then before the next cutscene starts, you have like some time to press inputs, and if you press backwards, the cutscene runs about 3 seconds faster.
Yep.
It's like a small time save. What we typically do there, because we're kind of lazy and also scared of double inputs, if you press spacebar and then hold before like the actual split starts and then hold backwards, you always get the backward thing. But if you split like at the right time, you get sometimes it gets a bit buggy, I think. So that doesn't really work. Also to go over what's happening in the run, if you use double inputs, so in this game you can set up.
Game is starting.
Yep. So there's another cutscene coming up. But if you get double inputs, your acceleration increases. So if you hold right 2 times, or left 2 times, or forward 2 times, you accelerate faster. So you get your top speed faster. It's faster to turn, also faster to start running. For the most part, you just use it to be faster to most of the game, and
especially turning faster helps a lot.
Yep.
I'm already looking forward to the switch of positions.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit awkward because we have to move on, move positions, move seats in the cutscene, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it on time, so should be okay. You got Dumbledore in Norwegian talking about some basically a cave thing, or like a secret room, right?
Yeah. He's talking about how you can get secrets.
Like how the castle's ever changing, but so here's the run is coming up. Yeah, there's a lot of walking. Like literally, a lot of walking, a lot of just playing the game normally. Like some tricks, and if the tricks are coming up, we'll highlight them. Some tricks are harder than others, some tricks are easier than others, but most of it should be quite doable. So what's coming up now is like a simple closet jump. If you jump like as late as possible, you get a faster climbing animation.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky to get, it's not really that consistent, but it saves about, like climbing animations always are a bit longer, so you got like fast climbing animations, slow climbing animations. If you're close to the closet, like you can get a faster one.
Yeah, 1/5 of a second or something.
It's not that much faster, but like it adds up during the run. So. What you can also notice in the leaderboards, the number 1 and number 2 are really optimized, and the other ones are trading a bit behind, but they're getting there, right?
Oh,
So you got a longer jump there. Oh, now you got to climb. Well, that's the climb animation. It's okay. If you can move between this closet and the wall, yep, then you get fast climb. So now we got most of the climbing animations. Like I think there's a set of 6, 7 maybe. But, do you want to explain?
yeah, we're
Peeves
coming
skip?
up on Peeves. We gotta collect all the beans here. And the trick is with these to avoid him and get as far as possible during the cutscene.
So you can pick up the beans already and then you can jump earlier. He fell there. It's okay. If you fall there, you just have to walk around back again. That's like, I think it's 8-second time loss. He wanted to get a bit swag there, so you can mostly do one extra jump. The way I do it is I take damage from Peeves, and so you don't have to avoid him. You're always like on the right path, and you can do the last jump, but it's like fine as well. I think the last jump extra just saves more time walking up and time jumping, so that's about 2.5 seconds maybe. There's another skip coming up now. It's just a bit of platforming, but you can skip Fred and George here. So. What you want to do is move to the right and then jump on the railing basically. If you stay on the railing and then stay here, you can jump up on it like one time. Yeah, it saves the climbing animation. It looks cooler. It's harder to do than it looks, but it's doable. Like it's all fine. I think like if you want to learn to run a Harry Potter game, it's like the best one to start or the easiest one to start. The biggest problem with glitches is that you can get glitches and you have to reload to save.
Yeah.
So that's a bit dangerous.
Makes the whole run invalid if you do glitch, so.
Yeah, so you have to be careful with that one.
You see the camera moves fast here, that's because I walk backwards into
what's coming up here is just a bit of climbing, and then we're going into the first lesson. But before we go into the first lesson, you got Hermione skip, you got a fast climb there. If you jump on sloped surfaces, you could jump a little bit higher, so that's called a hyper jump. We don't really use the bit here to get like fast into the cutscene, but later on you use it for like some skips and some blocks you can jump over faster. So this all, you can't really do much here, but like before you walk into the next room, there's like Hermione standing there, but the cutscene trigger, you can walk around it if you take a proper route. You can do it a bit safer by walking into the hole, or you can like do it a bit more dangerously, so Kees is going for the somewhat more dangerously one, and that's like fine, so just in there.
Then the first time we're gonna draw.
Yeah, drawing this game is pretty simple. You just have to have your mouse sensitive not that high and then draw the thing. You need 50%, and once you get the first one, you can skip all the other ones, so you just click in there and you skip like a lot of drawing time. And 100% of obviously you need to draw everything, but we're lucky enough to not have to draw everything. The drawing can be a bit iffy, like the percentages are calculated, it's a bit weird. So you got 80% now, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, a little bit try hard even.
Yeah, there's like text following the drawings, and they're all random. So kind of depends on what text you get, how fast you are at this point. For some of these, I don't think this one does matter that much, but like the Wingardium one and the Alamodum one, you can get like a faster text if you draw better.
Yeah. Or you can get a worse one, it's really RNG here.
Yeah. You can save about, I think it's about 20 seconds between the fastest time and the worst time in this cutscene.
20 seconds can be the difference between being number 1 and number 2.
For number 1 and number 2, yeah. Yeah, for me I'm...
Here we would split.
Yeah. So every loading screen in this game, we use a loadless timer, so every loading screen is like removed. So it's like really easy to split between every loading screen, and also the game is already basically split the game into those parts. So if there's a loading screen, typically you can load from there and spot like another level. There's like a title card and all of that stuff. So.
Coming up on a super jump. which we are trying to avoid.
Yeah, so if you got a slope downwards or upwards, and you jump like between the moment you get from the flat surface to the sloped surface, and you jump there, like in that exact frame, you get a super jump, and super jumps are not allowed in Glitchless because they're quite often glitched. Yeah, we're coming up on kettle jump. I'll just let you show it because explaining it kind of takes away the point.
Thing, let's not make it mess it up. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a bit of a. It's not really a hard jump. It's gonna be a bit iffy. So it's quite doable, but
yeah, it did work out.
Yeah, if you miss it, it's about I think 16-17 seconds because you have to walk all the way around and do the flipendo switch.
You gotta walk.
So here you still gotta be a bit careful, especially around the bridge. Like for the most part, you're just jumping around because jumping is about I think it's 2 units or something faster to jump instead of walking. But you still have to be careful with where you're jumping because if you get a super jump, you're kinda screwed. You have to reload the split, and for the most part, if you want to go for a decent time, if you need to reload. At some point, like if it's closely following a safe book, that's fine. But it's like too far away from it, it's kinda ruins your run.
Okay, so far. Only the jump at Peace was kinda messy.
Yeah, it's about 20 seconds behind probably, but that's okay. Like in a marathon run, you shouldn't really expect the cream of the crop, right? So if you do the left switch here, the left switch is a bit harder to aim at, and the right switch is basically auto aim. So you want to do the left switch first, the right switch then. The left switch you just want to aim a little bit and just hit it straight away, and then it should be fast.
Now we're
Super
getting
jumping is just attack, guys. If only. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if we would want it in a run. Like I've been trying to get it. I'm trying to get a bit into 100%, but it's kind of hard to learn. So now you got a hyper jump, 2 hyper jumps coming up. So I missed the first one, but hopefully you can show the second one. So you can skip this box, and then you can do another hyper jump up here. And if you hold backwards before you land, yeah, straight up. Then you get like a good thing. You need to be a bit careful here, but you can walk like in a slightly angled line, and you can get over it.
It's also kind of iffy here, kind of glitchy.
Yeah, this is another hyper jump, and then there's like a last hyper jump for this segment. But it can be a bit hard to get, but he got it first try. Oh, that's cool.
Nice. I don't get that usually in practice.
Nah, it's like it's a bit harder than it looks sometimes. It's a good one to do. So you can do a bit quicker of a cycle here if you don't flip into this one and just jump there. But then you need like 2 really tight jumps following each other. And
yeah, I tried it in practice, but for the amount you save, and it kills your run if you don't.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying to get towards the intro even more. Like. After watching it like a million times, it becomes a bit repetitive. I think also for other categories, for any percent, it's less important to use the Norwegian version because you see less of the cutscenes. You skip like a lot of things on fire seat and forest edge. So coming up here is a few jumps. Just they're pretty doable, but you don't need to jump too fast. That's basically it. So now we got the gnomes, always fun. There's 3 gnomes. There's like
usually you always miss one.
You just have to aim like really low, but aiming low is kind of hard because if you're walking, your WASD also influences like where you're aiming. So you need to be a bit careful with like letting go of W and then shooting. Otherwise you go too high. You got all 3 of one.
Nice.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, after this there's a bit of cutscenes and then flying lessons coming up. And flying lessons is basically just quiet time because it's kind of hell.
And concentration.
You want to go full speed all the way. The more full speed you can take, the better the time gets. But it's kind of hard to do. I had like a lot of trouble with it starting with this game.
Yeah, and then I think everyone.
And at some point it just clicks for no reason. You just do it a bit and then at some point it's just okay, now I can do it, and I get like.
If you watch the run of Jackie, she can't even feel the timer. Like,
hello.
Okay, you finish it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, first try it's always really tough.
Yeah, I didn't think I filled the time the first time either. So you can time out, but you want to hit like all the rings as fast as possible. So there's like, I think it's 1.5 minutes of time saved in total if you like don't finish it. I'm not sure how much time it is exactly, but it's like a lot of time for early game, because like in early game you want to go through it as fast as possible. So enjoy some flying.
It's gonna look easy, but
Hopefully.
It's so hard.
If you miss like a ring, it's gonna be
no, it's mostly muscle memory at this point.
Yep. So typically, just look for the most part. You can look like a lot into your chat during this run because there's like a lot of straight lines, just chilling. But this part, like, I've done it, and then you just lose your run instantly.
There are some people who can like watch it at
At some point, but you also see them mess up.
I think Mixo is pretty good.
No, I've seen him mess up. Like he looked at chat and then he messed up instantly.
He at least tries.
I tried it the first few times and then I was like, I can't do this. Yep. Nice. Slow down too much. Oh, this is Glitchless, but it's also shows in the string, right? Yeah, so it's under the tide of the game. But it's a co-op relay run, so I'm gonna do a part soon. And then Kay's gonna take over at some point again. Yep, looking good, looking good.
Right, we're going Alomora right now?
Yep, yeah, you got Alamora now, and you got Wingardium, so there's like 2 spells you learn, and there's like a few platforming segments.
Yeah.
Like Alamora is really short, you open like basically 3 doors, and then for Wingardium you got like 1 skip, that's pretty cool, and you got like a simple kettle skip in front of it. But it's also kind of cool, but it's a bit less interesting. And then after that you got like some hard skips coming up, some easy skips coming up.
Den formelen jeg har lært, heter Alohomora.
Hey,
Den
I see
åpner
some
alt som er
nice
låst
things
med
from
magi,
Barmigo
men
in the
ikke
chat.
finn på noe
I
tull
really
med
like
den.
it.
Dette er
Let's go.
symbolet for Alohomora. Når jeg stopper, trykk museknappen inn og følg den samme
we're drawing.
bevegelsen, og slipp deretter knappen.
Yeah, so drawing is again, you need 50% to finish. For these drawings, it's actually better to get like a better drawing. You can also stop the drawing faster, as Cage did.
I saw I was already going.
Yeah,
really
so if
good,
you know you're gonna get 50%, then you can finish
pretty
fast.
good line, pretty good dialogue.
Yeah, it's not that slow.
Den formelen der
I think the next one is the one you can lose the most time on, like the messed up one, basically.
Så prøv igjen.
So you just want to mash out. A lot of frantic clicking going on.
Hva var det?
Oh, best line.
Yep.
Asking what was that?
Yep. The Dutch version sounds a bit funnier. The Dutch version of this game is kind of wacky. Although Hagrid in this version is kind of wacky as well. There's like a voice crack in one line. When it comes up, we'll point it out. Because I just like the line. I also get a laughter about it.
Greide det? Og nå kan du finne
So basically, just cast Alamora 3 times after this. Alamora is also always a bit of an iffy spell to cast, but just hit
Harry,
it.
hvis du snart er ferdig med å beundre deg
That's
selv,
it.
ta en titt på denne
I'll
magiske
prepare
kista.
myself to switch up after this.
Bruk Alohomora for
Yeah, this segment's still kind of going, right? It's like
Yeah,
about
we got
3 more
a bit
minutes.
of
Alohomora. Alohomora.
Alright, so you can turn around here because you want to back walk into the cutscene. You don't have to turn around, you can also back walk and forward walk like at the right spot.
True.
But it's kind of hard to find out which spots are the right spot to do that. You want to have a back walking animation into the cutscene and then the cutscene becomes faster. So for this one it doesn't really matter that much because there's not really that much camera turning in it. But it's okay.
I kind of sometimes struggle with this drawing.
Yeah, this drawing is, I found it the easiest to be honest. But
Yeah, but you can mess up real.
yeah, it's just straight lines, but your lines need to, like if your first line's good, then all your lines are good. It should be 50%, right? Yeah, that's fine. So if you get like a really high percent here, you get a really fast text. I think this one is actually the one where you can guarantee a fast text. I mean, I don't know, I'm still not 100% sure. Like, I've looked through the audio files and it's like, I don't know, there's like text for stuff and it's like labeled all over the place. But from what I've gathered from playing the game, like drawing better here actually works in your favor. At some points it really doesn't.
Nå skal dere utføre Wingardium
Pretty okay so far.
Leviosa-utfordringen
It's going pretty well, right?
Følg meg, Potter.
The kettle at the next point.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not gonna cast, I think. I'm just gonna...
there's 2 ways to do it. So there's one guardian block coming up now, but after that there's a kettle, and you have to jump over the railing, and then you skip like a segment. You can do it in 2 different ways. You can just stand on the kettle and jump. So you need to go to the very edge of the kettle and then jump, or you can cast Flipendo on it, and then it falls over, and the hitbox extends a bit further, and the jump becomes kind of free. If you fail to jump once and do it again, and then get it the second time, it's still faster, I think, than to use Flipendo. And it also looks a bit cooler, so it's kind of the one we like to do. So I didn't get it this time. Second time's the charm, baby. Yeah, you got it. Alright, so you got 3 Flipendos coming up on each side. So you need to cast on the gnome and then cast up. All of these have like auto aim, but you still have to give a bit of direction. Otherwise you cast like at the same object twice. So they're easy to do, but you need to be a bit on your bit wary. Yeah, same thing coming up on the right side now. So after this one, there's another interesting jump coming up. There's one block where you can basically cast a bit through the wall and just drop it. It's a bit faster than actually walking to it and then dropping it. The range on Wingardium things is also always a bit iffy, but this one you can just cast from here. And then what I use as like a visual indicator is just, oh yeah, the camera's in the window now, you can drop it.
Oh,
you went a bit too far. Yeah.
Wingardium
But you cast a bit earlier there, and then you can use the window a bit easier as an indicator. So here you can take the save book. The save book typically it loses like a tiny bit of time. But at this point you're waiting for a cycle, so it doesn't really matter that much, and it's a bit safer. So what you want to do here, jump up to another area and...
Coming close to the switch now.
Come close to the switch as well, so it's gonna be hopefully being smooth. There's one jump here, and then it's also done.
Should be fine. So,
You got it. So we got a cutscene here now, we gotta switch over.
Nice.
Alright, so we basically switched now, we switched positions. Case is more in the commentary seat and looking at the chat, and I'm at the gameplay. So what's coming up here is Peeves skip again. What you want to do is walk up, walk a bit backwards. You can go more to the right, it's a bit faster, but...
Are you gonna try Neville next?
Yeah, I'm gonna try Neville skip.
Nice.
But when it's coming up, we'll talk about it.
It's the hardest skip in the game.
So you want to cast it in 4 times. If you cast 4 times,
You missed one. Oh, you need 1.
Alright, I missed one, I guess. Doesn't really matter that much, and he flies away.
Yeah.
So normally, if you don't cast like fast, you get like a long ass fight, and you don't really want to get into that. So now you got a few cutscenes that are not that interesting. But one of these cutscenes, namely, you can skip. It's the Neville skip. I don't think it's frame perfect, but it's like it's quite tight.
Really.
So, you got like a dot on the ground there. Typically, like measure from there and.
Whoa! Oh, I thought you had it.
So you want to jump like around the corner, but you don't want to hit the wall too fast, and you don't want to be too far in. So it's quite hard to actually get properly, but sometimes I get it this time. Unfortunately, did it. I think I get it like in 3 times. It's always a bit harder to get it in a marathon type setting. So you got another skip coming up here. You got like Malfoy standing there, and he can go either 1 or 2 directions.
Emily totally sane.
And you want to jump past it to the left or the right, depends on where he moves. It's kind of hard to explain where you need to jump. It's mostly a feeding thing, and I don't know, I had like really consistent, and then I started screwing up again, so let's hope I just get it now.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
If you know it, you know
it. If it doesn't work, you can always try again.
Yeah, it's not the worst one to mess up.
So yeah, got it first right, that's fine.
Yeah, there's all kind of dust on the steering.
So you got a few more cutscenes coming up, and then you got like what I find one of the most fun jumps in the game is like the snail skip.
Oh yeah.
You really jump on the fences. It can be a bit glitchy in the first one. You can get like a boosted jump, and you don't really want that because then you miss the fence. But you can always come back and do that. And there's another, basically another save strat if you fail the last one. I know it's not that fast, but it might be fun to show if I fail. So I guess failing not really that much of an option here. So what we're doing now is basically the mid game of the game, which I find the most fun part because it's mostly just playing the game and just chilling out a bit.
Little platforming,
little platform, little spellcasting, little drawing. It's mostly about corners, mostly about like the direction you're going. There's some points you can mess up, but the bigger, scarier part that becomes like really like near the end is like filch. That's also kind of scary. So what you want to do here? This gate lowers now, and you can get it. A bit of an. Oops. Yeah. It's harder when it's fully open, but you can get on it. And then you want to jump to the other side. So if you fail here, you can also use the snail that's there, cast Flipendo on it, and use like the hitbox of the snail to boost up on it. It's a bit slower, but like a backup to prevent you from having to cast Flipendo twice. So what you want to do here, if you get in too close when they're biting, you want to jump. Basically, these plants can't. Basically, they can't hit you. Like it sometimes happens if you mess up.
I think it's also a part of timing your jumps.
Yeah, but for the most part, if you jump, I don't think the hitbox works. So you get a little more here. It can be quite tricky sometimes. But
gotta aim a little bit up.
Yeah. So what I do there is just stand still, and then when I often stand still, I press the left mouse button and then do W to move upwards. So this part's also done. And then we're moving up to the, I guess the fourth spell, right? You learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second or the third lesson, like, and that she counts Hermione as a lesson, but she kind of just cheats. She gives you points. I don't know why she does, how she can, but she does.
She's gonna tell the professor you can get points.
Yeah, I don't think it should work like that, but yeah, he did it, totally. I guess he does trust Hermione. I wouldn't.
My whole life.
So, drawing is always a bit awkward on another mouse, but it's okay. It's like about 50%, so I'm fine.
82.
Around 50.
That's above 50. That's the only thing that counts.
Really good in the dialogue.
Yep, it's fast dialogue. And now you have to do the same thing again where you skip like the other spellcast, but just smashing in there. She doesn't like it, but we do. It's faster. So.
I think it's the normal dialogue.
Yep. Now you got a few pretty simple parts coming up, but there's like one bit of weird flipendo at the end. Cool show. And then there's a bit of platforming, and the platform is kind of fun. I really like this part run. Don't really mess up that much.
Yeah, it is not a part where you can kill the run.
I mean, you can, and I did, but that's when you get a super jump somewhere near the end.
Yeah, or multiple.
So there's a fountain, and you shouldn't jump on it because there's like a lot of slopes that go into straight area.
Gonna do the gnome.
Maybe. If I hit it. So if you jump on a gnome here, yeah, he's too far up, I think. Oh, it boosts your move speed a little bit, and you're faster to the other side. But typically you want him to be a bit further back, I think. So, I don't know, in theory we have, like when you cast later on it, then you are a bit faster, but I'm not sure. I think her dialect's always going to be the same, right?
Yeah. It's just annoying you are so still.
Yeah. So you got like two doxies here. What you typically want to do is like skip them. I didn't really do it like till recently, so I'm trying it a bit now. You want to walk past them, and then you basically these doors close, so they don't really bother you. Typically, if you skip doxies, they're gonna be quite annoying.
Also, kind of skip here, and you don't have to walk around. You can just
go like there and faster way around. And then you got 4 gnomes, which are quite annoying to hit. Find your own pattern, what works for you. This one is what I learned, but I don't think it's really the fastest, but it's fast enough. So what you want to do here is cast this. So you want to cast through there, but you can like cast through the fence. It's sometimes a bit tricky. What I usually use is the queue of the audio queue. So you can walk backwards into this one, and it's a bit faster. The few panels coming up here are both auto aim, so they look more impressive than they are. They also feel nice. And here you can really...
There's a part where you can multitask.
Yeah, you can multitask and you can get like hit because the hitbox in the European version is messed up. So you can cast around the corner and then walk backwards. You need to walk backwards far enough, otherwise you can get hit. And if you get hit in a cutscene, you can multitask, which is not allowed. So you basically have to reload your segment or your run becomes invalid. Anything does here is also multitask, and we did it fast enough as well. If you're really fast, you can get like another flip and there. But it's
Not for the normies,
not for me.
only for the top.
So, yeah, you got the room coming up here, it's also quite simple. We used to jump like on the side of this one, but then we found out this is way faster and maybe more consistent. You can get like a boosted jump up here. Oh,
Yeah,
I got like a really crazy one. Yeah, it matters a bit. Like it's always, if you can like improve your jumps or improve your climb animation, it's always gonna be faster, and everyone counts. So.
Ooh.
I think I got it. So you wanna fall all the way.
Yeah, pretty good.
You wanna fall as far as possible before your Nintendo hits, and then you fall a bit in the cutscene.
You can take the damage here.
You can, yeah. You cannot use your Incendio there. I've done it once where I got like really screwed, so I don't really try it anymore. I got like stuck in it and I was stuck in it for like 4 seconds. Getting hit over and over again.
Yeah, you can forward and back.
Yeah. Here you got the doors. Bust 4 times. So you want to jump on here, but not jump on there because it can really mess you up. You can basically kill your run again because you have to reload your save. So if you walk up a little bit here and then stop walking,
Cutscene
you get this
skip.
cutscene. The cutscene triggers a bit further forward, but the door's already closed.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's like one way. You just have to get a bit of you have to consciously
Everyone
think
got
about it.
that.
Yeah.
It happens. You can do Hagrid skip here. It's like a super jump on the bushes and then you jump on the bush behind him.
Hyper jump. Super
I've
jump
never
would be
gotten
invalid.
it. I've never gotten it in my life. Or hyper jump, yeah, sorry.
Her kommer Nilus. Han ser
So
temmelig
now we
oppsatt ut.
got
Best vi går og hører hva
a
han
broom battle. So what you want to do here is 2 cutscenes, but when you're fighting Malfoy, you want to go full speed all the way. If you're like ahead of him, just go left and right so you hit him more. Otherwise, you basically skip him.
Yeah. You can't release the...
If you slow down, he like goes past you, and you have to like catch up to him again. It becomes really slow.
So if you're ahead of him, you just gotta swave.
Yep. He also throws like, I don't know what the English word for it is, but purple things.
Yeah.
Gi meg forkledd meg inn til Nilus matfang.
Yeah. So if the first one hits you, it becomes a bit slower. You can get like 4 hits incredibly fast.
Is it RNG if he throws it?
No, I don't think it's RNG. I think it's like
Sometimes he doesn't
always
throw.
around here. If he does it.
Nice.
Right. It's a bit slower than it could be, but like I think it's about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds slower than I typically do it. So yeah, now there's like a lot of more platforming coming up and a lot of cutscenes with Hagrid. So
Yeah.
if you want to hear his Norwegian voice, which is kind of funny, comes kind of, yeah, that's kind of right straight.
McGonagall.
So you got like Neville here, doing his thing, basically.
Returning his remembrall.
Yeah, he's gonna find his frog now, right?
Oh yeah. It's a toad.
It's always also in the movies, I think. It's also in the book.
Can't remember the book anymore.
It's been a long time. I think our mother even read it to me actually.
Viserektor på Galtvort.
That's how long ago it was.
Styrer på Griffith. Jeg liker ikke
So you got a bit more cutscenes, and after this cutscene you just walk to the next segment, and typically you would split there, but yeah, there's no splitting here, so... I think our pace is actually quite okay, I think. Yeah, 1.5 minutes behind, maybe 2 minutes behind, which would normally be here.
Could be top 10 still.
Maybe it would be top 10, yeah. Who knows?
The goal's 135, I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah, 135 should be doable. I think we're quite on an alright pace for it.
Depends if I die on Filch late run.
Yeah, but dying on Filch, like even like I got like in my run I did 2, I think 1 death and 1 fall.
Yeah.
So there's like multiple times where you can die on Filch, but some of them are like okay and some of them are quite bad. So
Our last switch is gonna be when you're talking to Snape, right? At the end of
yeah, at the end of
bottles.
what's the name in English? I don't know. Like potions class.
Oh yeah,
that's the one.
potions.
Yeah. So they got 2 potion class segments, and then there's a quite lengthy cutscene with Snape, and then you go into the troll.
You're gonna skip the Doxies here?
I tried it, and I can do it quite consistently, but I don't really want to do it in a marathon setting.
Same.
Because if I fall, I have to do this level all over again. It's not that interesting of a start, so... Oh.
I'm gonna pick up this save book, but it's
Nah, I never took it.
weird.
So I want to depend on the first one, then move on to the third one. Pretty fast. So you can skip them, and there's another jump that's a bit faster than the one I'm doing here. But I'm doing a bit of the safe strat. So you can like walk forward and jump like to a later tree trunk. But I don't think it's saved that much, and if you mess it up, then then your run's also messed up if you didn't take the save book, which you didn't do.
Be like a minute or something you lose.
Yeah, you can jump pretty earlier, because this thing also has a hitbox that comes pretty early. These 2 plants, if you walk through them like the right time, you don't get hit. You do get hit, you slide a bit, but that's not the version. That one should be, because I kind of played it for it. It's okay, because the European version.
Oh, nice. Snails were good.
Yep. So now we got a not that lengthy cutscene.
You got a backwalk after this.
Yeah.
If you... no, like now. Yes. Oh.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you need to backwalk in this game is basically always, some don't matter, but these do. In loading screens you can also input stuff. Wait, I think the voice character in this cutscene or the next one, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this one. It's this one. He did it just there.
Nice.
I don't know why they kept the line, but they probably didn't get that much time to record it. There's like a lot of versions of this game too, like in a lot of languages.
Yeah. What was the game where they found a Chinese version or something?
This one I saw the Japanese version. I think they bought it like online, like from 1 to 3. But in the Unreal Engine 1, it's like really slow.
Yeah.
So the way the text is rendered, I think, like it's individually rendered all the time. So you get like it has to load like text in. Every cutscene becomes laggy basically. So where typically a Chinese or a Japanese version is really fast for this game, because how Unreal Engine 1 works, it's kind of slow. Alright, so this is the Hagrid cutscene over and done with, finally.
Nice.
Here, there's Doxy coming up, and there's like 2 snails, and those 2 snails are like hell. Skipping them is quite annoying. So if you skip a Doxy and then cast the spell afterwards when it's still alive, you can store the spell and like use it more range.
Look at the sky. It's beautiful.
So I actually got good snails there.
Nice. Whoa. That's
I've
rare.
been getting it like quite often the last few rounds, but it's always a bit inconsistent. But it's nice to get. So there's another Doxy coming up here, which you can also skip. Your line also becomes better if you skip it. So if you use 1 flipendo, you can do it like before a save book coming up. Oh, I got this one there. It's okay. I think I can just go past this one. Shouldn't be too much trouble.
Really far to get
Yeah, that one can be a bit tricky. But I never really got hit by that one. So you don't forget hit here, it's gonna be quite iffy.
What?
I can still recover maybe? Second. Ooh. That might be the cutscene again. Okay, so that
Usually you kill like one Doxy, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of shit.
Oh, it kills someone, I think.
Normally it would kill run. But unfortunately we're in American rules.
Yeah.
Typically I would kill that Doxy, yeah. I didn't this time, and I kind of regret it now. I typically don't kill the first one and then kill the second one.
First one is free to skip, I think.
Yeah, the first one can mess you up at like the snails. At least you can get to hear Hagrid's voice cracking, I guess. So that's kind of my bad. There's like a few more points coming where you can mess up more. Like this, I think it's about 1.5 minutes, unfortunately. It's kind of weird how it got me twice there, by the way. Like normally if it hits you, it goes back to its original position. But because it went that far, probably it didn't really go there. Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing again. Hopefully I get good snails again, and I just kill the second Doxy and that take risks. Gotta take some risks, right?
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. Same thing's happening.
This, like 2 minutes?
Nah, not that long.
It's a really long cutscene.
This cutscene's not that. The one after this split is like longer. After this segment.
So long.
I think this segment's also like 6.5 minutes in runs, though.
Yeah.
Like one of the longest segments. In any percent, you basically just skip it with a damage boost. You damage boost back, and then you have to wait before the next cutscene trigger can start. So you don't really get to play these levels. So
Let's see if the snails are
snail's
good.
pretty bad. That one is also pretty bad.
Yeah.
Might get
Whoa.
hit, but I got a boost of it, so still not that much slower. So the Doxy went back. So the first Doxy is fine. To kill the second one now, it should be fine. I also got like killed before one save book. Like one save book per run would be fine. So taking frogs here, you can do it, but it doesn't really matter that much because every time you take a save book, you get like half HP back. So snails are kind of boring. That's good. So it should not fall away otherwise.
No pressure.
Some pressure. Pressure's good for you, right? So you can climb up now, and because you killed the Doxy, you can show now you got storage, you can walk through, and you can flip under it a bit earlier. Doesn't really matter, but you can do it, because you got like the storage set up. There's a few weird jumps here. This one namely coming up, this one is like fine, this one is fine. But then this one you can get up instantly, and sometimes if you don't go far enough to the right, you can mess yourself up. 3's auto aim.
Fire sheet skip.
Yeah. So with the same method of storage, you can shoot at the fire seat 3, and then during the cutscene the seats already cool down. So you save about 30 seconds, I think, or 20 seconds. It's quite a lot for how simple the trick is. But if you don't know how storage works, which is like weird to find out. So now the seat's already cooling off during the cutscene.
Yeah, the smoke coming off it will be gone.
Yeah, so you can pick them up instantly. And you need to pick these up to open the door. So these are the only fire seats you need to take. What I did in my first run, I took like every fire seat 3 I saw.
Stupid.
Yeah.
This Doxy is annoying. If you don't kill it, it can follow you pretty far. So you can go like a long way around it, or you can like go really close, or you can kill it. But I just like to kill it. Yeah, so most of it's just simple platforming. So I wanted to do steer into a bit to the right there and just climb instantly, but I steered a bit late. So more jumpies. Not that much happening at this point in the game. So we got a turtle here, it doesn't really do anything. You want to jump here, but not jump too close, otherwise you get like a climbing animation.
Pretty basic. You can walk on there.
Yeah, so these plants, the smaller plants, like the thing like where the root is from, does have a hitbox and these don't, so you can just walk into them basically.
The one at the end of Incendio, I think those have a hitbox.
Yeah, the small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have a hitbox, so you can't really walk into them. And they're kind of annoying.
They decided not to give these ones.
I don't know. Some things in these games are just, they happen because they happen. So you can use storage again.
I think the developers also had some time issues. Deadline.
Probably. Like every version of this game, like on every console or PC, is different. So these snails are a bit faster for some reason, but they don't really.
Pretty nice.
Then you got this turtle. Just walk past. I think they weren't supposed to be turtles, right? It's like a misinterpretation.
Yeah, fire crabs.
Yeah, they're called fire crabs, but they are turtles. So. I don't know how that one works.
So, I'm not sure how that got messed up.
So now you just walk, and then you got like a long cutscene. So the first part you don't backwalk into, but like then you talk to Hagen, and then you have to backwalk into a cutscene.
Really long cutscene ahead.
Yeah, this cutscene is also kind of boring.
Would it be a good time for some donations, maybe?
Yeah, all right, yes, should be fine.
Okay, excellent. So we did have a couple. I might need your help with one. But first, we have a donation from Conception 2, no idea who that is, saying, Gryffindor Pride, here's my promised donation for all those pesky Rond backfires. Thanks for making this event amazing, everyone. And the second one is the one I might need your help with. This is from Jackie151515. I'm going to try my best in the pronunciation, but the comment says, Do FF de Shock Skip.
Alright, so basically it says, do the chest skip. Like really
okay.
late into the run, that's in Dutch. So. But you were pretty close to the actual pronunciation. Well done.
Hey, I'm proud of that. We are only $6 away from the $600 mark, by the way. Just $6 more. Who can put us over the edge?
So what we got coming up now is the first Quidditch. So a lot more flying. This one's kind of easy, which I'm gonna mess up now because I said so.
Yeah.
I'm actually very good at this.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly.
so you want to follow the trajectory of the snitch basically. You can get like really fast, and there's like a little bit of RNG there because the snitch spawns like at a set interval or like a random interval from your hand. So it's close to your hand. You
It
can grab
moves
it
pretty
easily.
randomly, I think.
Yeah. So if it's near your hand, you press right mouse button or whatever action key you got set up, and then you catch it. That's about it. There's like 2 sections of Quidditch. One we don't get apparently, and then you have to catch a key at the end as well. It's the same mechanic basically. These cutscenes also have the tendency to lag really hard, the voices. But
At unfortunate times. Yes.
yeah, it should be fine now. I don't know. It's random. It feels like cutscenes are always kind of laggy in this game for some reason.
Especially Hooch at the beginning
Yeah,
of
who's
the lesson.
beginning she gives compliments or gives pointers when you're flying, and she just lags out. And
Yeah. Nice.
it's okay. I got kind of bad RNG. Kind of messed up at the
Could be
start.
better, could be worse.
It could be better. Like I think definitely not the gold split. But, it's okay. Like this is like a segment where you can say I don't know, maybe 3 seconds. Or something.
Yeah. Every time you get gold here, it's always 0.1 second.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that much. So now we get like a breaking point in the game basically. You have to follow Hermione, but they made it so when you follow her, she just disappears into nothingness, and you have to basically figure out where you have to go.
I think I'm on the first run, no one would tell me where to go, and I would scroll the entire castle.
Yeah, it's
Until
like a lot of
after
castle
20 minutes
exploring.
I found the way.
Yeah. So it's pretty short segments. You just have to walk there, watch some cutscenes, and then go into the class, which is a kind of fun class as well.
Yeah.
It's also fun to skip in there. Not really that hard to pull off, but you have to know what to do, and it looks fun as well. So you would expect Hermione to be walking here and follow her, but no, she's
gone.
I don't know where she is.
She
And then
has to
later
go
you
to her
run into her
lessons,
at
basically.
some point, and Ron's also faster than you there, but like he's standing like in the middle of nowhere, so I don't know how he got there.
Hermione's very passionate about the class.
Yeah, yeah, maybe she use some other more door or something. So you got some random cutscenes of Fred and George. They got nice music, and you don't really do anything. Then normally you would buy wizard cards from them. I don't know if you can buy cards at this point, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think so.
pretty sure. For typically, if you see them, you can get like a wizard card. Wizard collectibles, we don't really care about like glitchless.
We literally collect 0 cards.
Yeah,
You
the
can
first
skip.
one you see, but
Yeah,
you
you
just
see.
walk past it. So the stairs, you can also walk on the railing. It's a bit more swag, a bit faster, but it's also kind of scary. So this one you back walk into. It's a really short cutscene. I did want to catch people off guard, I think.
Yeah.
You see Snape walk, we're running Harry talk. It's like, I think, maybe 10 seconds or something, 15 seconds.
I think the switch is coming up again, right?
After...
Yeah, Lumos and potions now.
Yeah, so it's, I think, 10 more minutes or something. Maybe a bit more. Might be a bit behind on time, but...
Jøss!
Maybe we timed it
Så
wrong.
du det
or,
der? Professor Slug kom nettopp ut
Nah, I think the timer started at the right time.
No, we
But I
timed.
died at...
Kom igjen, Harry. Vi tar
yeah.
en kikk før Nass kommer
Hard,
tilbake.
I got like one fall, so we're about 2 minutes, 3 minutes behind maybe on
Jeg tror det er noe fælt nå borti
a
gangen
really
der.
solid time.
We maybe overestimated the end game. Maybe
Yeah, so we took a generous estimate, so it
Yeah.
should finish in time.
Best du forteller alt mens vi løper.
So this cutscene, I think nothing really happens, and Hermione is like, "Oh, we need to get to class. I don't really care what you just saw." that's her line there. You can back walk into this if you don't walk forward. I think it's a bit faster. You got a few camera turns. So now Lumos is coming up. You have to draw Lumos. I got one jump, which for some reason I fail a lot. There's like a book right next to it. It's like a void which you jump
Oh,
into.
yeah.
I like that void. I don't know why. I had a lot of people laughed me about it, and they're kind of right. Like an easy jump, but for some reason it's hard for me. So this drawing is pretty fine. Yeah.
89. Just flexing at this point.
No, but this drawing is pretty easy. It's mid-section text, I guess. I'm not sure. So, getting back to Jack's point, Case is gonna do chess cap probably, or at least try.
Oh no.
Right.
Really,
You
depends
really
on
have
the
to
time.
now.
Yeah, it depends on the time. If
If
we
you-
got time, I'll try.
You have to.
So
No.
you can skip like a 30-second cutscene, but it's like two or three hard jumps like in a row. Like
Yeah.
they're kind of precise and not really difficult to time, I think. You have to like walk on some invisible skyboxes or invisible boxes and then get like to the chessboard. And I think you can soft lock there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of bumped out still that the Neville skip didn't work.
Yeah, I got it like really close to.
Yeah.
But it's always a bit scary to get Neville skip. I don't know how it works like 100%. Okay, that happened. Okay, so typically it would be fast to jump, but this bridge for some reason is like really extended. And you can just walk over it. It looks cooler. Just for a bit of swag.
Yeah.
You got like 2 Flipennas and the Lumos coming up there. All 3 of them are auto aim.
Nintendo! Nintendo!
The one's easy, and then the Lumos you need to like be far enough front or back walk.
That was nice.
Yeah, it can be like a bit fast, it can be a bit slower, but it's like not really having that much happening there.
It always can be slower.
Yeah, if you like miss there, it's like pretty easy to miss that thing. So you want to do Lumos here and go as far to the middle as possible. So in this cutscene you walk up and then he adjusts glasses, and back walking doesn't matter, you just need to be as close to the spot he's gonna walk to as possible, and then it's a bit faster. But it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. So you got a few jumps where you have to climb.
I think I failed this one like 4 times.
Yeah.
Can happen,
Like-
right?
The easiest platforming.
I never practiced it.
Alright, so you got like a few more platforming stuff coming up. So there's like 2 parts where you can catch a side. Okay. I'm a bit trying to be too fast there, but you get like a bridge coming up, but you like 2 parts we can get a cycle. Like they're pretty close to each other. So the cycles are pretty interesting. They're pretty fun to get to. So one depends on just walking fast into a cutscene, getting as far back as possible as this one, and then later on, it's a bit more interesting. It's basically a race against the platform. If you do well, then you get a fast cycle as a reward. You can save a bit of time. So you just want to back walk and then try to turn as fast as possible. So this platform, you can get it like at the low side, and if you get it like properly, you don't have to climb on it. If you get it slowly, then I'm gonna get the climb animation. But if you get it really slow, you miss. Oh, I got actually got the good one.
You backwalked really far.
Yeah, I was pretty far away from the start. So you can walk in this wall. Just a bit of swag again. Why not?
Now the skip.
Yeah, now Lumos skip's coming up. So what you want to do is into the statue, 2 tabs backwards, and then turn your camera. Because the game thinks you're casting at the other statue, you get basically infinite range, and you can cast the one at the other side. If you really are daring, you can backwalk after casting, but sometimes you miss it, and if you backwalk, you have to do the setup again. So it doesn't save that much time, and can lose you a bit of time, and it can also really mess with your head. So
Depends on your confidence if you want to try
yeah,
that.
that's true. So there's like a star here. We don't really care about stars, but this one actually spawns a PS fight. You don't want to do. Alright, this is the hardest jump in the game coming up. I hate this jump for no reason.
I've never had that glitch conception. That's
And I actually,
awesome.
that's the point.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't
You
know
kept the book, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I
it
was-
shouldn't even be that much time loss.
what I'm gonna do. Again.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what this jump is.
Link.
You gotta jump a little later.
Even I could do
Yeah,
that
I
jump.
know, but this jump
True.
just really messes with me for some reason. This is how it's supposed to look. But
Yeah.
it's my trademark move in this game. If I got the one pattern above is jumping, like failing that jump there.
Oh.
That's okay. So we skipped the Lumos statue earlier, but this thing gets a hitbox after you Lumos dead, so you can just jump over it, which is fine. And then you get the cycle here, so you want to be like as fast as possible, and you can backwalk in the next cutscene, so you can get really far into the cutscene. You wanna keep it kind of late. These jumps can kill runs as well. They're weird.
They really kill Jaap often.
Yeah, my cousin Dwerg also like died like a few times here. I think he lost like 4 minutes in this just because he kept dying there for no reason. But it can be a bit treacherous. So now when these cutscenes rolling, you can walk backwards, and then at the end you can turn and walk a bit forward and turn again. So sometimes, like I got like a few good setups where I'm like actually in front of the jump. Okay, no, I messed the jump up. But I didn't really mess it up that hard. But these jumps, I don't know, the
Is
distance.
the cycle gone now?
Yeah, the cycle might be gone. The cycle might also be better, I don't know. I know, you can plan it out, but typically if I play it like perfectly I get the cycle, so now I'm a bit late because I missed that jump there.
Yeah.
So I'm...
Not a terrible, he was already going down.
Yeah, but I could get like first cycle.
Try
It doesn't really matter that much for your time, I think it's a few seconds, but it just feels that much better. I'm gonna do much this, backwalk again.
and then wait a lot.
Then wait a lot, basically. You get a safe book here, and Lumos platforms are a bit weird, especially the moving ones. You can like fall off them pretty easily, so you wanna...
Yeah, it's not clear where the hitbox ends and begins.
Yeah, for this part it matters a bit, and for Failed 1 you also get like a lot of Lumos platforms, which are can be really annoying. And I don't know, this one I don't really fall off that often, but the problem is I get like a jump coming up here, and you can do it fast, which you typically should do, but I'm scared of it. I just don't want to fall and wait for the cycle again.
You should be able to jump here.
Yeah, I got a pretty poor jump there as well.
It's better than jumping too late.
Yeah, it's better than falling. I didn't know falling already. So.
I remember the first time I'm always doing waiting on the save book
Yeah.
until the platform is in front of you, so if I die the platform is immediately in front of you.
There's a lot of points where you just can do safer things when you die, but it costs a bit of time. That one doesn't really matter, considering time.
I neste time har vi eliksirer.
Waiting doesn't
Det ser ut som vi er sent ute alt.
I think the first time I did it, actually, I saw you wait there, so I was like, okay, he waits there, so I'm gonna wait there, and I was too late.
Yeah.
No matter how fast you speedrun this, you'll always be late to potions.
Yep. Snape's always gonna be a dick about it.
Yeah, he's saying he's taking points, but you don't actually lose points. So
Yeah.
it's a hollow
But hey, I
thread.
learned some Norwegian words from it, so. And he's quite creepy. So, actually quite fun. The Dutch version of Snape here is the same voice actor as Squidward in Dutch.
Yeah. Really weird to hear.
Yeah, and like the last Voldemort fight, Voldemort's also the same voice actor as Snape is, but then a bit more dramatic. But it's quite a fun voice, right?
It's always an emo Squidward talking to you.
basically. My favorite kind of sport. So there's a bit of swag again here. The kettle in the middle, you can walk around, but you can also jump on it. It looks a bit weird, it feels a bit weird, but you just jump late and then you get it and you walk off of it.
I think Jackie tried it, and it's the first time I ever saw someone fail at it.
No.
Okay, so just part. Unfortunately, you can get to the other side. You can backfall and then your animation becomes a bit weird. And supposedly it's a bit faster, but I'm not really sure about this one.
I was
So
actually
you can
surprised.
skip this book, but you can also not do it if you are scared about soft lock. If it blocks, apparently they can soft lock. I've never had it happen to me, but if it happens and you didn't take the book, okay, I'm thinking too much there. You basically have to watch Snape again and you run into that, so. Depends how eager are you to kill your run. So you can just jump to the other side. And then, typically I think people take the book here because this block can soft lock. At least it can stop moving and then you can't really go anywhere. If only we could brightness boost in them, like Glitchless. Alright, so there's a bit of platforming here, a bit of just playing the game. Yeah. This is why they like the mid-game the most, because you're playing most of the game like the intended way. Just as fast as possible, basically. So this one you want to flipendo early.
Yeah, you can't get it. The first cycle doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so you have to wait. You have to wait anyway, and it's better to just do it early and then jump on it. So there's an interesting part coming up. You want to explain it?
Where you skip the jump?
Yeah, the momentum-based jump bit.
Yeah, because the platform is moving forward. Harry shoots forward when you jump off it.
Okay, I'm gonna be a bit scared here.
The Elomora first.
Yeah, sometimes if you do it fast, then you can do it a bit faster. So there's a jump here, which you can use the momentum to jump in this block. It's like a really cool jump, really far. It's not that hard to do, it's like way easier than it looks.
Yeah.
You can mess it up, but
I did it.
don't do it. So these jumps you can also mess. I know, sometimes I feel like jumping is missing there. But so now you got like a bloody bear and it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, if you jump through it,
It doesn't have any hitbox if you jump through it.
it's weird for a ghost who is floating.
But it's like mostly for actually 100%ing the game. There's like you can follow
Pretty good notes.
and then there's lots of here.
Nice.
It was a good note until I missed the last one for no reason. So you got ingredients and then you get like a simple puzzle coming up.
I remember really struggling at this.
If you don't know what to do, I don't know. So the 90% one just glitched the block through the cage.
Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty hard thing to do. I didn't see people fail it quite a lot, so. I've never done it myself, so I don't know how hard it actually is. So coming up in this section, you want to keep holding forward because there's a cycle. But if you hold forward, these blocks don't move, and you don't have to wait. So it saves about maybe 10-15 seconds.
It's on every jump, right? So
Yeah, but
save
it's like
them up.
you don't have to wait for all of them. So you can get like in between the cycle. But if you don't get them, just jump into the abyss and hold forward again, because you can come out of the same loading screen. And if you die, because we checked the time loadless, it doesn't really move that much time. Like the falling animation and the loading screen is free, but the falling animation isn't. So there's a save book here. I typically take it. You don't have to. Jumps aren't that hard, but jumps can like cost a lot of time. So this one you can jump on and then you walk onto this one. It's a bit faster than jumping because then you get the long climb animation again. You got to jump here, it's pretty easy.
It's kind of tricky jumps.
Yeah, for some reason it can be tricky. So this one you want to do and then go as fast as possible.
Yeah, nice.
And you can get it. And if you fail there, it loses about 30 seconds, I guess.
It's a big cycle.
It's a long cycle. You have to walk all the way again. So. And this one here, you can jump through him. He has no hitbox when you jump through him, but he does have a hitbox when you walk through him, so that's one to keep in mind. So this is a bit of
Already getting nervous for fields.
yeah, Filch can be quite easy, but there are a lot of like hard tricks, and all those tricks can lose a lot of time.
Usually you're playing the entire mid game waiting for fields.
Yeah, mid game is basically just the chill moment. You
Yeah.
can just sit back, relax. So if you do this well, which I didn't, unfortunately, if you jump like a bit earlier there, you can get like no climbing animation. So again, a bit faster. So this bloody bear is the same one, I guess, but you can just skip it and go down here. So you can stand on the front block and then flipendo backwards and the block moves forward. Because I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't get the jump. Okay. Doesn't really matter there, but I don't really know how it works, but it does. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And this one you can jump. Like the first one you couldn't jump because the let's grab would be like slower. But now Snake has one, so.
Oh,
So
time
we're
to switch it up.
I'm gonna walk into the cutscene and we're gonna switch up.
For sent igjen, din altså. Ytterligere 3 straffepoeng til Griffing. Burde bli en lærepenge for deg. Jeg ser du har samlet.
Alright, so Kees is back at the wheel. So he's the top 6, so he should do better than me. But he got like a few harder things coming up. So next up is the troll, and the troll, it's in the name, it can troll you. Like there's a part where you can fall through the floor because the geometry is kind of messed up.
I think the former world record, the number 2, even failed to troll.
Yeah, and then you got like the troll where he's throwing stuff at Ron. Like if he's throwing stuff at you, it's like fine, whatever, you can catch them always. But if he's throwing stuff at Ron, you have to like stand a bit more to the left and hit it like at a certain time frame. You can hit it when it's in his hand, but like it's easy at the start. But it's like kind of hard when you when he becomes faster. If you miss one, it kind of messes up your messes up the time. So I think it's kind of weird. So Ron, like he gets stuck sometimes, but it depends on people's versions.
Yeah.
So my version he gets stuck in like everything, but I've seen like versions from Jaap, I think, where
I'm pretty
he,
sure if you use double inputs, it also tends to get stuck more.
yeah, Ron is a bit weird. So yeah, you got the troll coming up. Troll not that exciting.
Really nice feat, by the way.
So the troll, it trolls you, so you just want to be careful. It can be a bit fast to not take the bean route, so there are a few jumps.
Yeah,
But they scare me and don't do them.
they save like a frame or two.
Yeah, so every door I'm just scared now. But I think it's the second to last door, that's the one you fall through, right?
Yeah.
And I've fallen through it like 2 times, and then my cousin did as well. So I lost like a few runs in a single day, and then I lost like some point at Filch. I'll talk about it when we get there, but I lost like I think 4 runs there too. So the pace is, I think we're 2.5 minutes behind or something, a bit more maybe. Okay, what's the pace, right? Okay, he's going for full focus mode now.
Yeah, this is...
He's done, he's through. So now the annoying parts comes. There's also another focus. Like, there's a few parts in run where you really need to focus.
Flying lesson, and the entire troll section.
Yeah, with the entire thing. And then as Filch, there's some point where you need to focus, but you can really, there's like downtime in them, but like if you there are like a few small moments where you can mess up.
Small skip.
Yeah, and if you mess up on them, kind of screwed. So yeah, the troll fight's coming up. Want me to talk over him? Not really that much happening. But you want to hit the things he's throwing at both of you.
Yeah, you don't want to spam this.
No, if you spam Flipendo, it really messes you up.
Flipendo.
The sound is really annoying.
Yeah, this
But
scares
okay,
up more than you
like the problem is like if he hits run early, it doesn't really lose that much time. But the later into the fight he hits run, like the club he run is like casting at the troll boss.
I like how the hammer he throws always breaks down into a toilet bowl.
Yeah, they didn't really have animations for everything, I guess.
I hate how Hermeline is screaming in the Dutch version. Oh, Hermione. Yeah, basically Hermeline. It's so annoying.
Okay, for the people who actually, I don't know if the series is like that well known outside of Europe, Totally Spice, like the best character Totally Spice, Samantha, is the same voice actor doing Hermione in Dutch. I know people know that series. I think it's pretty, pretty big.
What do you think of the screen? Yeah!
Yeah, that's like what you don't want. But at least it's one like kind of it's okay. You get like one hit, so maybe 5 seconds. It's like the fight's not that hard, but it's like you have to keep focused like at all times. And then
I'm surprised that the one missed.
Kom an,
Yeah.
la oss komme oss ut
In the other one, I thought, oh, for sure this is gonna miss and hit.
yeah, there's like a few I think there's like a small window, like when it leaves his arm, and then before it's like halfway through the air, where you have to hit it. So you want to keep your spell cost to the left and then try to hit it there.
Harry hadde en mistanke om at noen hadde sluppet inn trollet for å
So there's this cutscene, blah blah blah, kind of boring,
Yeah.
kind of long as well.
Gonna quit its game.
Yeah, this quit is a bit harder. You can do it really fast if you pay attention.
med å forberede seg til den neste rumpeldunk-kampen mot Ravnklo.
But it's like this, like the part of the game where it slows down a little bit and then the hard part comes, basically.
Jeg er lappen styks. Det er gripping mot Ravnklo.
So this Quidditch you start like way in the back, but the snitch is like a really bad pattern where it like goes down really far and then goes up again. If you follow like the downward pattern like far enough, then you can get like that. Okay, that's pretty good. When you chill a bit, you got like bad RNG.
Yeah.
If you click 3 times, like the
Yeah, I clicked twice and I thought,
so
oh
you,
no.
yeah, I heard you click twice. I was like, okay, now you need to chill a bit and just wait for it like actually go into your hand. Because sometimes you can click it before it visually gets near your hand. Like you do it like in the first 2 times, doesn't really matter. But on the third time, it's like, okay, I have to lose it now. I have to like follow its pattern again.
Time for the hardest part of the game, I think.
Yep. So now you got like a
Rogues are
really
dying
long
here.
cut.
The most scary part.
There's like fun jumps, fun skips, but all these skips, some of them don't really lose that much time, maybe 20 seconds. But there's like there's one at the end. If you don't take the save book, where basically you run as dead, you can like lose 7 minutes.
Guys, you want to predict how many times I'm gonna die here at Fields?
Let's keep it at
0.
Yeah.
I'm thinking twice, honestly.
No.
If I'm going for all the skips, twice.
All the skips, 0.
Don't go for the second one at Field 1, like the second one in the large room.
Oh yeah.
That one's really scary. That's
No,
the scariest one.
Go for it.
No, I'm going for it.
You don't get a save book there, and it's like really late into your part. But
YOLO.
if it feels fine for you, do it.
Just do it.
I think if you get confidence there, you just go for it without hesitating.
Yeah, that's like a lot of Filch. Like if you hesitate, then you lose straight already. Especially like near the end of it, there's like one part where you can walk past them, and if you hesitate there like for one bit, like if you hesitate there, don't go for it because you won't make it.
Yeah, the rest of the previous ones.
So you can just jump past Filch there, just chill. There's like a free Alamora, and then you get like a cutscene. Like all this is pretty easy going. There's like a few small things you can do. I messed it up here. Like
This part could be tricky
coming up,
here,
but
usually it's free.
so there's like an Alamora door coming up, and then you get like a flipendo straight to the left. I hit it like sometimes. I don't know. You can hit it before Phil walks past it. If you don't, it doesn't really lose that much time. But
Yeah.
it feels better when you do. That's the thing.
Only hit it once and it was today in practice.
Okay, so you want to hit the button here and turn around, and then because Filch, he hears you when you're on the wooden floor, but it doesn't really hear you when you're on the carpet.
I think this is the hardest part of Fields for me, at least.
Filch 2 is actually pretty easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Filch 2, there's like one or two jumps that mess up, but not really
Practice.
everything.
I think this the most.
Yeah, so you want to, like, there's a small corner here where you can stand. You can flipendo and then turn around and walk away from him, because you're that close to the carpet and you're also not close enough to him. So he isn't going to walk into you, basically. Which makes this part doable, basically.
Ooh, should I go for the skip here? I have second doubts about it.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, fuck it.
Okay. So if you go for the skip here and lose it, then I think you lose 50 seconds-ish.
Yeah.
Probably. They want to go into there. I'm not going to talk too much to it. You need to get the spellcast fast as possible and then
Oh,
walk
I think
back.
I had it.
I think you
Let's
have
see.
it, yeah. Yep. Ooh, that was close.
Oh
But you
my
got
God.
it.
No.
Okay, you want to chill a bit here, right?
Yeah.
Not go too far. There's like a ledge there where you can jump on and jump off into the next part. Looks like a bit scary. So if everything goes right here, you get like a good cycle. Filch gets stuck, and you can walk into here like immediately. Otherwise, you have to walk, I think, 12-ish seconds.
Yeah, gotta wait for him to be away from this door.
Yep.
Oh.
Alright, just plugging in the streaming laptop to the power. Otherwise, we won't have a chance.
Tricky skip ahead, I think. In practice, I think I never found it.
Yeah, so there's a jump. It saves about 8-ish seconds. It looks really cool. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
But also fun to do. And if you mess it up, you got like, you don't die for it, so. Alright, so you got like, this part is basically just chill because Filch leaves now and you can just, you can fall, you can lose a lot of time still. But at least Filch doesn't get you, so the pressure is like at another level. It's more, if I mess up, I mess up. But sometimes Filch can just grab you out of nowhere. It's really annoying.
And every Luma statue you got a back walk too.
Yeah, so one is if you are close enough and then back walk, you turn around a bit and you can like straight walk away straight away. But
yeah, that's why the cutscenes are, the cameras are moving so fast.
Yeah. So there's two ways to get up here. One is not allowed in Glitchless, where you wall clip into it.
Let's go.
But the cool setup here is that you jump backwards and climb up on it, and then you have to do like another hard jump to the other side.
If I lose it here.
Yeah, if you don't get it, it's
set up.
Okay, you're going for a bit long, so you think you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
That jump is kind of hard. So you walk off, jump up here. Now it's all a bit more easy going. There's a save book here which you can take, which is nice.
100%.
But like it's not out of your way, so why not take it?
Little 0.5 seconds.
Maybe, yeah, maybe not a full second anyway. What if you die? Okay, there's a swag jump here. It doesn't save you time. It looks cooler.
Swag jump.
There's two ways to do this. I did a weighty strategy, where you just walk past him as soon as you can, and then he walks after you. But as soon as you cast your spell and this cutscene starts, he always walks to the other side, so he can't really grab you. Case did the smarter way and the better way. Just walk to the side.
Surprised I didn't die yet.
Yeah, it's chill. So now Peeve skip's coming up. You want to go onto the railing, cast Fernando, gets Filch there. But if you walk like on the bridge, Peeves pops up. It's 12-second cutscene, I think.
Yeah, cutscene of 12 seconds.
And if you back walked in this one is also a really long cutscene with a lot of camera movement, because the longer sweeps the camera makes or zoom ins, that kind of stuff, really can get faster.
It saves like 12 seconds to back walk into a cutscene, which is insane.
Yeah, I also want to note that Conception is saying $6 more before you hit the 600 mark, so that would be really nice. Round numbers are always the best numbers. So here's a skip coming up. You walk past him. It's kind of scary. He can glitch a bit. Okay, you jump there. Yeah, you got it. So this fence has no hitbox, so you can walk through it. If you cast like the allow more on the door. But you want to like cut the corner as close as possible. No, don't do it.
I'm gonna do the skip here, right?
Do it!
I'm gonna
No, don't do it.
I'm gonna break the whole
Let's
ground.
go,
Okay.
baby!
This is where I'm gonna die.
Okay. Alright, so there's two ways to do it. You can like go around the bookcase like all the way around. So
He follows you all the way around, so you.
yeah, so he stops like at some point because you're like near an edge. Or you can like go the other way around the bookcase, walk in front of him, and then do a really weird turn. You want to get him stuck on here, otherwise if he follows you, he catches you. Yeah, he catches you there.
My God.
Because you went for the, you didn't get stuck. So you wanted to walk a bit further there. So now you have to do this skip again. The skip's kind of fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun, so I don't mind.
But it saves 2 seconds. It's not worth not worth it to go for in a run. Don't do it. Oh, you have to close the door.
You get stuck, so you always save.
Yep. So now we're gonna see the other strategy.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
can do the safe one.
That one basically, I mean, I've never failed it. It probably can fail.
Yeah,
Denne gangen hørte jeg det
I can feel it.
Fort, fru Hansen.
pretty sure it's possible.
Yeah, try it for the people we appreciate. Yeah. It's like it's a fun skip to watch. Like it's like the corner cutting. You have to like be pretty precise, and you need to do like fast inputs there. You need to like use your double input to spin like 2 times. So it's kind of weird how you have to place your fingers. But if you do this, walk in front of him, he gets stuck on this bookcase, and then you do another round, and then you're past him. I know. This one also seems more fun to me. You want to back walk into this one, right? Oh, you're gonna do the cool back walk.
I'm gonna do the cool back walk.
You haven't done it yet. So there's a safe book here, and there's also like a somewhat difficult jump. I used to like never get it, and now I get it quite consistently. You have to do like double inputs, and you have to jump against a candle, and then with your speed, you come like just high enough to grab the bookcase from the.
Didn't really go well without trying.
It's yeah, you got it first try. Good job. It's not a super hard jump, but it's kind of scary. Yeah, it's just a feeling, I think. I don't know. A lot of these jumps are a feeling.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah, so there's a jump here. You can like go straight around to the right. You can jump on this bookcase instantly, or you can do what Case did there, just hang twice. It saves a bit of time. I basically just messed up a full minute there for no reason in our TV, so it's up to you if you want to do it. 2 backwalks coming up here. One with the zoom in on the mirror, which is really significant, and then the other one is a bit more significant, but still fun nonetheless.
I think I'm gonna forward back walk again.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, so the forward back walking means you don't have to turn around, but you need to know where the triggers are. Because you have to have a back walking animation.
Because I did it twice, I think, and not in game time.
No, but it can be a bit faster. It's like optimization. There's a part coming up here where you can really kill your run, because your game can soft lock, and we typically don't take the save book. I don't know if you are gonna do it. Probably should.
Yeah.
It's 7 seconds like of time loss, and if you fail it, it's like 7 minutes of time loss.
True.
You basically just kill your run. But you have like a slight chance if you cast your Wingardium, where it double casts. And if you double cast and you drop the stone in the well, then your game soft locks. It doesn't happen in the American version because you don't have the well there. You just have to
Yeah, it's just a
flat surface, and you can just drop it on there. It's fine. Nothing happens. So in the European version, you just have to listen, because if basically it's a remix. If he says like a lot of Wingardium Leviosa like during the same time, don't drop the stone in there, because you're gonna kill your run. I didn't know that before, and Flo made a nice tutorial about this game, so if you actually want to get into this game, I would recommend watching that. He basically went over every trick in the more advanced and simpler version of it. So it's a really nice tutorial. Yeah, so this book is a bit out of the way. I normally don't take it, because if I die here, the run is dead anyway, but for a marathon setting, it's a bit better. There's like a few jumps here. What are you playing this on? This is the PC version. So every version is a bit different. You got the Game Boy Advance, the PS1, the PS2 also has a version. I think the Xbox version is also different from the PlayStation versions, right?
Yeah, it's the 6th gen is really...
Yeah, it's like a lot of versions happening, but it's, I don't know, I personally like the PC.
Some are more close to the movie.
Yeah, this one follows the... I think the book is closest. Yeah, because Peeves like a big focal point in this one.
True.
And Peeves keeps coming back, and like in the movie, unfortunately, you have to cut Peeves. So yeah, you want to be careful here. You can backwalk here, and every time you come to the door opening, you can skip the one that's coming there. So you got 2 sides. You got the one side where Miss Norris is her name, I think, in English. It's coming up to the door, and you got like one where it's Filch is coming up to the door. So you want to be careful here again, but it's like it should be fine. Now we know why we kill our run. And yeah, you can basically just chill there. If you're doing this in practice and you got like debug mode on, you can increase the speed of cutscenes. Don't do it here because they're gonna catch you, because they're like in their walk cycle still. Not really that relevant. So now there's a scary part coming up. Basically all or nothing. You want to go. If you don't go, okay, Filter's stuck.
Oh, he's stuck here.
Be careful. Yeah, he's stuck on the wall, but he's stuck close to you. So sometimes you get stuck on the wall for no reason. sometimes he's fast to get to you, but if you go fast there and like are careful from
The fuck?
you see Filch, you should be fine.
The blocks are really weird at this point.
Yeah. The blocks are scary, the wells don't work, and they're only in the European version, so. But we got like Filch that's stuck, it's like, and you notice at the time. I walked into them there, and I got like a soft lock 3 times, like I lost 4 runs in like 2 days there. And then before that I lost 2 runs to Troll, so. I don't really finish runs often. Alright, so you wanna cast a Flipendo and Miss Norris is just gonna chill out there. So here's a cutscene coming up with Fred and George again. They walk into here, which can be faster with a backwalk animation.
Yeah.
And then if we just checked it today actually, because we never
For the first time.
we never you can like they're standing on a platform which you can skip by walking like to the right side of it, just walk past them. But if you walk on there, you get like a really long segment where you get a wizard's card. I didn't know that. I never really played this game casually either, so.
It's a terribly long cutscene.
Yeah, so you just want to skip it, and then if you skip it, it's like I think it saves like minutes. It's like really long. You got like an entire animation. So you want to backwalk here again. So now we're going to the end game. So Filch is done, and 1 death, I think.
Yeah.
1 death. And you did like
You guys said 0, I said 2. I think 1 is a good middle ground.
That's a good middle ground. Yeah. I mean, you could have had 0 if you did listen to me.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Why would I?
Yeah, who listens to me, right? Alright, so there's like a lot of endgame stuff. You recognize from the movie, you recognize from the books. It's a bit different though, because Harry basically does everything and Ron and Hermione are just there.
Yeah. Complaining about how tough it is.
Yeah.
How much pain they are in.
Yeah, the Dutch version is really, the Dutch version of Ron really has a funny voice line. It really sounds funny. And also Hermione has a funny voice line there too. Like we quote it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the drankjeskip.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about everything that's coming up when they come up, because they're not that long. They're not really that difficult, but you can mess them up.
World record I think finished about this time.
123.40-ish. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah.
We still have 10 minutes ahead of us.
About, yeah. And there's like some parts that can really mess you up here as well.
Then I'm going
Det ser
straight
ut som
to
Mask er et annet sted i kveld.
Alright, so you got Fluffy coming up. There's no harp in this version. Harry apparently learned to play the flute, which he randomly got from Hagrid for no reason. Like Hagrid apparently wants Harry to play the flute or just to put Fluffy to sleep. Hagrid's really supportive in this version.
It's cute.
So if you want to backwalk here again.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the trigger is, so I'm just gonna...
Yeah. The trigger is like
pretty far ahead,
but like backwalk.
Is there a visual cue that gives away where the trigger is?
I think it's near the last arch, but I'm not 100% sure. The problem is like, because you're always backwalk into it, you don't really see where you're going.
It's also saved like 6 seconds, I think, because you backwalk.
Yeah, it's I think it's maybe more 8.5. Like at one point, I don't know who it was, but when you were running like pretty early on, like a few months ago, when you started running this.
Czech guy, I think. Martin.
Yeah. So you got like 3 bars. One moves slow, one moves like intermediate, and one moves really fast. So you want to empty the slow one first by like playing under them. He falls asleep. You just want to get like the right order basically. If he bites you, just press your left mouse button again. You can like go really fast into
RNG, I must say.
2 bites. But you
also
immediately started.
Yeah,
you
right
really started in the right order. That's really cool.
Vil du gjerne gå først, Hermine?
I should practice this one.
So yeah, this one is a bit weird. You just have to walk like a set point to the right, set point to the left, and just cast a lot. This is the one where you can't spam click.
Yeah.
This is the game.
Should I go for a chess game?
Yes.
I don't think we can.
How many tries?
I donated
So I
it, so
just
you have to try.
Yeah, just go 2 times.
2 times?
Maybe 4. I don't know. How many you feel?
80?
Yeah, just go for it.
Chess skip is like it's kind of tight.
I think if there were 3 tries, it's everything worth.
No, I think it's you skip like a cutscene with Ron. where he complains that he is hurt.
Framtida skal jeg følge bedre med ut under
Yeah, the Dutch version is really funny.
Says in-
So here Hermione does basically nothing and you just cause incendio. Like Hermione lost her moment. So you want to stand like at the right spot and just cast as many incendios as possible on the right part. So you got the tentacles moving towards you, you can ignore them for the most part. Sometimes they're in the way. If you want to, yeah, you want to hit runs and you want to hit Hermione as many times as possible. Just skip for the people. Yeah. Now you have to do it.
Yeah.
It's like one of the more. It's not really that rewarding. It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And I've seen like a lot of people like it with kind of high times. They try it and they fail it and they kind of just lose a lot of time on it. So
Du må få tak i nøkkelen, Harry.
it's gonna be fun to
I
watch.
think I got it once first try and then I messed it up and had to do it again.
Yeah, you're getting quite good, I guess, right?
Ticket.
So now you got the key coming up. There's like one cycle you can grab it really quick. It's annoying. You have to like follow it around a bit. If you like mess up, it's really annoying because the key is like a strange pattern. I think you're gonna get like a really fast one. With good RNG. I think it would be gold spending your own.
In my mind it would be gold. Straight up.
So that's going well. So it as well. Just skip as well. Right?
Just skip. Watch me get just skip first try and potion skip like never.
Yeah, potion skip is also, I don't know, it's a feeling. I don't know. You can get like 99 times in a row and then mess it up once and then you keep messing it up.
Yeah.
It's just a simple hyper jump, but you have to do it like a precise, do it, time it precisely, and you have to like steer after it.
Hermione is always standing like you're the dumb one, and she's like.
Yeah, she's really condescending. Alright, so chest skip's coming up here. You can jump on this railing. I think if it works, you're gonna see it, and if it doesn't work, I can't really explain that well either because I don't understand it.
Oh, first try.
First try, alright. So now you got the second part where you have to jump on like invisible boxes, basically, or invisible thing. You want to go past Ronnie.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I think you
god.
soft lock now.
No, I'm here.
Alright, you fell into it, but you got like the hard part of chest skip you got
Yeah.
down. You want to like move onto the
Like
chessboard.
the easiest part I fell.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, so you also get to see the cutscenes. You get to see both.
Yeah.
Hey.
Most content.
Alright, you just want to go on the diagonal line on the white squares. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing
Didn't
happening.
soft lock, I'm really glad.
Yeah, it didn't stop, but otherwise you had to read out. You could do the chest skip again, I guess. It was really close, yeah. So, I don't know how chess works in this game. Everything moves sideways. And everything attacks each other at the same time. Things happen. Don't worry about it. So, the way actually the puzzle in the movie is quite well done.
Yeah, we really put effort into.
So it's like a puzzle where you have to make a sacrifice of a piece, and then you can get like checkmate. So that's like Ron's sacrifice, and it's like Ron's big moment, and here is just laying around. Yeah, I'm hurt.
The original creator of the setup didn't get mentioned in the credits.
Yeah.
All right, so we got like a fun jump coming up now.
Potion skip.
Potion skip. It's hard to learn. It's fun to do. It's not fun when it fails. Alright. Oh, he's going for the swag threats for... So you can like overtake Hermione when and then the door opens faster for you basically.
I messed it up.
Oh my!
Alright.
Magisch vuur.
Yeah. So there's magical fire blocking it, and if you drink the right potion, you can walk through it. But why won't you just jump over it and think? And then the fire is a bit too high, but not if you do like a precise jump. Every time you miss this, you have to like do the jump again and watch the cutscene again. So you can like do if you don't do a setup, do a setup. I typically there's like a dot on the table I set up on. You don't have to. Okay, just went for it. And then here you can skip the cutscene by jumping over the railing.
I'll grab this one.
Yeah, just grab the book. And then you get a. We're nearing the end fight basically now. So we're at 131, 42 almost. So could be. I think it's below estimate.
Yeah.
So This one fight can be quite scary because Voldemort sometimes just randomly decides to go full machine gun with his Avada Kedavra, and then you basically
You gotta hide till he's done.
can lose a lot of time. You just have to flip pendulum blocks and jump over like the directions. So you want to move these blocks as far possible, far forward as possible. You want the large block at the front. So if you stand too close to the blocks, they can't move anymore because they go into you and then they won't go forward anymore. So he caught on pretty fast, but it's annoying. It can kill runs. If it happens twice in the large block, you need the large block to get up there. So. The small block as well. It should be fine. You got like a back. Yeah. I guess the Death's caught on as well. That's a bit weird. He hasn't done machine gun yet, so that's cool. Okay. Sometimes he hits you there, and you need to get the frog. Yeah. What I typically do, because I'm scared like to move the blocks a bit closer, and then he can't hit you at some point. So you want to, if he doesn't hit you here, should be fine. One hit's okay. What you can do here, instead of taking all the frogs first, take the book first and then take 3 frogs. Then you're full HP. You want to be full HP for the last fight because it's a bit faster that way. And it might be 4 frogs, I don't know. The FPS count in a way.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So there's a pretty specific setup here. I'm just gonna let you take it away, right?
Yeah, long cutscene. After this, you gotta stand. Whoa. You gotta stand behind a pillar. He's gonna cast and then you gotta cast back, so it tumbles on him. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, it's quite specific and it's quite easy to mess up. If you don't know what you're doing, this fight is actually quite hard. If you know what you're doing and you don't mess up the first 3 things, so like it's free.
Hey, sheep, een bramigo, een jerry.
So this Squidward was talking again in Dutch here. Yeah, so that's nice. And yeah, so he blocks the exit, and now you have to fight him. So you want to wait for him to cast. When he casts at that point, the pillar falls over instantly.
Stand here, so he stands in front of here.
Yeah. He walks really far. Does he not get it? Oh, that's through there. So if you miss that one, it kind of messes you up a bit. But I think you hit him now, right? Yeah. So you want to stand behind pillars again. But now it's a bit harder because you.
Okay, I missed the cycle.
Yeah. So after the third hit, he's gonna break the pillars. And you have to stand behind the more solid pillars. You want him to move a bit. You want him to move to the right. So this is what happens when the fight becomes like unpredictable. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. You can't really take that many hits. Normally you would walk up and tank a hit from him. But now you want him to as close in front of the mirror as possible. That looks really nice. You can even got the tank back a little bit.
Take it.
You can take one hit and then like move there, and he stays like really close to his position. If you do like completely probably then it doesn't move at all. You can take one more. Then you also have to be a bit careful with the next ones. Then you have to use the pillar. So at least we got some backups here. You don't want to get the backups this fight. You got them.
Stop the time!
So, a bit above estimate.
A minute. 146.
Close to, yeah.
Nice.
Just under 137, so...
the
Det som
end
skjedde
cutscene.
mellom deg og
Yeah.
It's a really funny one with Snape at the end.
Yeah,
Shows
so
what Fred and George are planning the whole game.
yeah. There's like a lot of planning coming up to the
$5 more, guys. $5 more.
hindre at først Voldemort kom tilbake. Humlesnurr nikket. Han
Alright,
Was
so
it 6? Did someone donate $1?
I think so.
yeah.
Om så all vår kamp bare forsinker Voldemorts tilbakekomst.
So yeah, that's basically Harry Potter 1.
Gjenvinne sin makt.
The Glitchless version. I think there was another run of Harry Potter 1
Harry
earlier in
gikk alene
America.
med til
Or,
avslutningsfesten.
not the PC version, I think. Not the PS1 version.
Yeah, the PS1.
There's not another PS1 version coming up. I don't know, the PC version needs some more love. So if you want to try this run and like want to try a bit of an easier run, I would recommend starting with Glitchless.
Yeah.
Glitchless is kind of fun. There's a lot of resource on there now how to do it.
It's really easy to get into.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of just playing the game straight up, and there's like a few tricks, and all of the tricks you can really layer them on like later into your run.
I
So
think someone at the submissions from the games said Glitchless is easy to start and really hard to master.
yeah, like there's always like the case, right? It becomes like really min-maxing at some point. But like jumps like snail skip, you can really pick up quite fast, and then potion skip, I don't know, it's kind of the bread and butter of the run. It's like the one jump you really want to get into. So I think that's my first jump I learned.
Yeah.
A few big skip I learned, and then there's other things coming up.
Bedre enn å vinne i rumpeldunk,
In
eller å
the end,
slå
you're gonna try skips to save 3 seconds, like I did with Fields, and then you're gonna die and your whole run is ruined because you tried to save 3 seconds.
Hey, but that's part of the fun, right?
Here's the cutscene.
That's the
So,
fun.
yeah. So we got Snape being annoyed here.
Slash Squidward.
Slash doubling as Squidward in Dutch. I'm not sure who the Norwegian voice actor is. Like, it was also kind of hard to find the Dutch voice actors for some people.
Yeah.
Like, they sound really familiar, and then you listen back to like some old cartoons, like, oh, okay, it's those people.
It's also really hard to track down.
I think, yeah, we just hit the 600.
You.
So Snape's now getting buried.
Carrot and beans.
It's the bean time.
Really funny laugh. Nice. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, and have some more fun with the marathon. It's like Harry Potter 2 is coming up, and it's also glitchless, right? So, personally, I'm really a sucker for glitchless, but
Yeah.
the tricks are kind of cool.
But really playing the game, which I really like.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry Potter 2 is really fun. So, I've been willing to try to get into it, but it's like a lot of learning, and it's way more fluid than Harry Potter 1 is.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you, folks, so much for the run. It was excellent. The commentary was great.
That's yeah, we both run the game on our Twitch channel, but it's in Dutch. So I sometimes do it in English when there's a lot of English people, but don't want to plug it too much. Don't want to scare people with our Dutch voices.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you both so much for the amazing run here. Everyone, stick around. We're going to throw to an intermission real quick while we get set up for Harry Potter and the Chamber
Never watched them.
of Secrets for PC. So stick around.